This man rotated his body 2.5 times and gathering all his strength through the iron disc he was holding. In an instant, the bulletproof glass of the 33rd floor shattered. He moved forward swiftly, scanning his surroundings carefully. The woman had probably understood his intentions by now. Panicking, she tried to stop him, but it was already too late. The next moment, the man had already tied himself with a rope. Amid the astonished gazes of the onlookers, he sprinted towards the window and leaped. By sheer luck, he managed to grab onto a protruding section of the wall. But before he could take a breath of relief, the rope started tightening from the other side. People began pulling him up, causing his body to dangle in the air, parallel to the ground. Soon, the crowd realized their mistake. He couldn't move, and his life was in danger, so they slowly began loosening the rope. Now, even their lives depended on this moment. Regaining some control, the man mustered all his strength and used his hands to push himself up. Finally, he managed to plant his right foot firmly on the edge of the wall. He was out of immediate danger, but there was no room for relief yet. Just as he pulled himself up, he collapsed to the ground. But realizing that the danger wasn't over, he quickly steadied himself and stood up. The rising toxic smoke below made it clear. Staying at this height for too long was not an option. He had to reach the roof of the building in front. The real test was yet to come. First, he had to climb even higher. Securing the safety rope properly, he picked up an iron rod from the ground. He let out a loud shout to boost his courage, and with everyone's eyes on him, charged toward the upper floors. The sight was terrifying, and his breathing grew heavy. Seeing the thick smoke rising below, he knew there was no way back now. He felt that the goddess he secretly admired was watching all of this unfold. Now he had only one option: to keep climbing. Upon reaching the top, he tied the rope to a sturdy section. After securing everything, he gripped the stone tightly with his hands and feet. He leaped toward a nearby pillar, carefully extending his right hand toward the beam. Once ready, he let go. Now, both his hands firmly grasped the protruding edge of the wall. His entire body hung in the air, and all eyes were on him. He safely reached the other side of the window. Finding a secure spot, he tied the safety rope again. Taking a deep breath, he resumed his climb along the outer wall of the building. Thankfully, there was a slightly protruding stone to rest his foot on. Using it for support, he paused for a moment. He had no idea how long he had been climbing, but now he had to stop. The problem was that the rope tied around his waist had become a hindrance. No matter how hard he tried, it wouldn't extend any further. At this moment, there was only one option. The rooftop wasn't far. The man realized that to move forward, he had to untie the rope. If he went back, all his effort would be wasted, and if he returned, the toxic smoke would have already reached that floor, leaving no escape. So he unfastened the rope and kept climbing. Now he had no safety left, but he was about to cross the final obstacle.